The room went dead silent. Her words weren't a joke. They were a knife, sliding under my skin, slow and deliberate. At least my ex was bigger, Sarah smirked, tossing the words across the table like poison candy. Her wineglass tilted in her hand, half empty. The laugh that followed wasn't lighthearted. It was cruel. And it was aimed at me. For a second, I just sat there, staring at her, the hum of the refrigerator suddenly the loudest sound in the kitchen. My chest tightened as if my ribs were caving in. I couldn't even breathe. I wanted to dismiss it, pretend she was drunk, joking, careless with her tongue. But her eyes said otherwise. There was intent. There was memory. There was comparison. The kind that only comes from truth. Funny, I finally said, my voice low even. You know what they say about women who brag about their exes? Her smirk twitched, faltered, just barely. They usually end up crawling back to them, I whispered. 2 weeks earlier, we'd been fine, or at least I thought so. Sarah had been glued to her phone more often. Her laughter muffled behind the bathroom door. Her texts answered faster than mine. Little things. Dismissible things. You're paranoid, I told myself. She's your wife. She loves you. 10 years together can't just unravel. But the seed was planted, and I watered it with doubt every night as I lay awake, her back turned to me in bed. Her laughter came again, strained this time. Oh, come on, James. Don't be so sensitive. It was a joke. Right, I said, leaning back in my chair. A joke. But something inside me snapped. I stood, walked to the sink, and braced my hands on the cold steel edge. My reflection in the dark window stared back, tired, hollow-eyed, older than I remembered. I wanted to believe her. I wanted to erase those words. But I couldn't. James, she said, now softer, almost careful. Don't look at me like that. Like what? Like I'm the enemy. I turned. The overhead light cast shadows across her face, highlighting the sharpness of her cheekbones, the slight tremble at the corner of her lips. For the first time, she didn't look like my wife. She looked like a stranger rehearsing a role. Who is he? I asked. Her head jerked. What? Who's got you laughing behind locked doors? Who's got you smiling at your phone instead of me? Her silence answered before her lips could. James, she stood, walking toward me, hands raised as if I were a wild animal. It's not what you think. My laugh came bitter, broken. Then tell me what I should think. For a moment, she looked almost guilty. Then her mask hardened. You're imagining things. You're jealous. That's why I joked, because you take everything so seriously. No, I said slowly. You joked because the truth slipped out. Last weekend, laundry day. Her phone buzzed on the couch. I shouldn't have looked. God knows I tried not to. But when the name lit up the screen, Ethan, I froze. Her ex. Her first love. The one she swore she never spoke to anymore. The preview showed just 3 words. Last night was, I didn't open it. I couldn't. Instead, I tucked the phone back where she left it, my stomach twisted into knots, my mind racing with images I couldn't erase. Now, staring at her in our kitchen, everything aligned. Her distance. Her laughter. Her cruel joke. You've been seeing him, I said, voice shaking. Haven't you? Her eyes darted, searching for a lie, but none came quick enough. And in that silence, the truth screamed louder than any confession. Tears welled in her eyes, but I felt nothing. No sympathy. No love. Just a hollow cavern where my heart used to be. I didn't mean for it to happen, she whispered. Then why? I snapped. Did you make sure it did? She flinched. Because she knew I was right. I stepped closer, my voice dropping. You know what's funny, Sarah? You want to compare me to your ex. Fine. At least I'm not still living in the past. At least I didn't have to sneak around like a coward just to feel alive again. Her lips trembled. James. No, I cut her off. Save it. You wanted a reaction? Here it is. Pack your bags. Her tears spilled, streaking her mascara. Please don't throw away everything we've built. It was a mistake. I almost laughed at the word. Mistake. A mistake is forgetting an anniversary. A mistake is leaving the oven on. Sneaking back into your ex's bed isn't a mistake. It's a choice. She reached for me then, desperate, clutching my arm. And that's when I delivered the words that shattered her. You joked about him being bigger. Well, congratulations, Sarah. You just proved he's smaller where it counts. At least I had the decency to stay faithful. Her face crumpled, the smirk long gone. She sobbed, but I didn't move. I couldn't. The silence that followed was suffocating. Somewhere down the street, a dog barked. A car engine hummed. Life went on, indifferent to the ruin inside our kitchen. And me? I felt strangely calm. Because for the first time in weeks, there were no more questions. No more doubts. Only answers. Ugly, brutal, but freeing. That night, I didn't sleep in our bed. I didn't want the sheets that smelled of betrayal. Instead, I sat on the couch, staring at the ceiling, listening to the distant sound of Sarah crying in the room down the hall. I should have felt broken. Shattered. But all I felt was empty. And maybe emptiness was better than pain. Betrayal doesn't just destroy love. It rewrites it. Twists it into something unrecognizable. And as I sat there in the darkness, I realized, Sarah's joke hadn't just ended our marriage. It had ended the version of myself that believed in her. Forever.